Hi everybody, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today I want to talk about Asian Chinese New Year. Now, a long time ago, Jordan says, every culture or country had their own calendar, and each one of them, because they had their own calendar at the time, each one of them lived in a different year. Now, when the Julian calendar came out and everybody started using it, that was one thing. When the Georgian calendar came out, adapted and changed from the Julian calendar, everybody started using that calendar now. Now I know what people are thinking. Imagine the chaos and confusion if only half the world used the Georgian calendar, where it was only 2016 AD in half the world, and the other half of the world that was using their own calendar said, no, it's this year. Now, even though all the countries and cultures of the world now use the Georgian calendar for culture, pride, and cultural holidays to celebrate cultural pride, the Asian Chinese still celebrate Asian Chinese New Year. Now, Jordan said, you might think to yourself, it can't be any different from any other New Year's celebration. Oh, it's a little different, Jordan says. The first thing is the exchanging of what I like to call the red cards. Red because red represents good luck, Jordan said. Usually goes something like this. Well, can I put your hat back up a bit, Mother? Yeah, sure. Here's your red card, Jordan. Happy New Year. Thank you. Yeah, here's your red card, Jade. Thank you, Mother. Happy Asian Chinese New Year. Now, Jordan said, usually in these red cards is usually a saying, a haiku or a quote or some word of wisdom or encouragement. And most of the time it's written in Asian Chinese. Now that's not a problem unless you're not bilingual in the language or don't know how to read it. So it's usually translated of what it is, Jordan said. Now, some people might think, what's the thing about having animals be a certain year? I don't know, Jordan said. I asked my mother, and she's not really sure exactly why they decide to use animals to represent certain years, but they don't really change. It just goes through a cycle where 1 year's this and 1 year's that. Jordan said, don't get me wrong, it's a cool holiday to celebrate, Jordan said. There's another thing called the Dancing Dragon, but we can't demonstrate it because I don't have no dragon here that can do any dancing. And usually goes to fireworks, Jordan says. Yeah. Oh, wow, you see those fireworks again? Yeah, they're doing great, Jordan says. Man, how can you, and we thought the Georgian New Year was big. This one's got that one beat. Yeah, it's true, Jordan says. With the celebrating of the Georgian New Year, where everybody celebrates the New Year in their own individual way, there isn't really much of celebration. Maybe wine and champagne's drinking, maybe there's dancing, maybe there's singing. Everybody watches the ball drop, and that's about it. I mean, with the Asian Chinese one, there's more of the surprise factor. But usually, Jordan said, it usually goes like this, and then my famous question usually comes up. And I've always asked this question and always received the same answer. Mother, does that mean that it's not 2016 AD in the other countries to celebrate Asian Chinese New Year? Yeah, it's still 2016 in those countries too. They use Georgian calendar as well, okay? This cultural holiday, so it's a cultural holiday. But since we all use Georgian calendar now, yeah, everywhere is 2016 AD. Imagine chaos and confusion if only half of the world saw it as 2016 AD and the other half of the world didn't. Another thing before I end this video, Jordan said, is that money is sometimes exchanged as well in the red cards. And sometimes, Jordan says, it might go like this. $20, that's great. But how about two? No, you got two 20s. That makes 50. Well, that's cool. I could finally start saving up I could start putting that away for something good. And thank you, Mother. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Jade, you appreciate it too. So that's usually about it, Jordan said. There really isn't any more to it beyond that. Of course, the holiday can be celebrated by anyone, regardless if they are Oriental or not. So, and yes, Jordan says, it is true that it is a cultural holiday, meaning that the year is only a year there, but it's not a real year. And since, yes, everybody uses the Georgian calendar now, everywhere is 2016 AD. But it's for cultural pride, and it's been something that the Asian Chinese people, but hell, all the other Oriental groups do it as well, have done it for years, centuries, and decades. So anyway, that's it, Jordan says. One last thing I gotta do. Mother, your hat keeps coming off your head. Well, Jordan, what do you expect? There's only a piece of rope a string keeping on my head. Well, that's it. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you later.